A constitutional amendment is the highest law of the land. It is supreme. And if it's in the Constitution, the judges, all the judges from the Supreme Court down, have to rule in accordance with what is constitutional law, or the law of the Constitution. And in the Constitution, the Civil Rights Act of 1964 gave government, or gave the courts the power to sue government agencies who refuse to hire non-whites in the job, or any government regulated housing assistance from denying Negroes homes because they're black. And this constitutional amendment, the amendment in the Constitution that done this, the 1964 Civil Rights Act, never was intended to cover private landowners, private businesses, etc. In other words, the courts cannot come to my private piece of land and say, you will rent to this Negro, because the courts were only given the power to come in and say, okay, government agencies such as HUD, you cannot deny a Negro a home because he's black. You cannot, government agency, you cannot deny a Negro a job. But this was never intended to force private owners and businesses and landowners in the private sector who choose to rent to, or not to choose to rent to, or not to hire Negroes. So as of now, there is no law that affects the private business owner, the private landowner. He has the right to deny a Negro a job because he is a Negro and you would rather hire or rent to a white person. Now, the judges, the courts consist, and the lawyers keep trying to extend this power of oversight onto the private industry, but it's been held back by the Constitution, and the Constitution is clear. No government agency will deny a Negro a job or deny a Negro housing, but the private sector does what they want. Now, if the white people of America would work together and pass a Landowners Protection Act, a private business, private landowners protection act, that guaranteed that any private owner of a business or private landowner who is renting or selling his property may choose to hire a person of his own race before he hires a person of someone who is not of his own race. In other words, the Privacy Act, the private landowners, private business owners would be guaranteed the right to choose who they want to rent to or who they choose not to rent to, and it can be based on race.